up, YouTube family? The title of this video is Shazam movie review. Guys, major spoiler alert. If you guys watching this, make sure you already saw it. I think the movie came out yesterday, but I wanted to do a quick movie review because I really enjoyed the movie and I wanted to talk about it. Well, first off, the very beginning of the movie, it talked about the villain straight off. It showed how a lot of people have the same opportunities as Billy Batson, and how he was basically approached if he was worthy enough to be the champion of Shazam. Basically, the villain, I think his name was Thad, he wasn't worthy enough because he fell to the temptation of the eye. I knew it was called the Eye of something, but yeah, basically he fell to the temptation of it. Therefore, he was not able to be the champion. More and more people had the same opportunity, but everyone fell to the temptation. Shazam wouldn't let them be the champion. Shazam wouldn't let him take the eye. The wizard was interesting too. I liked how they did the staff. At the very ending of the movie, a lot of people didn't know this, you couldn't tell from the trailer, but all of his foster relatives also became the rest of the council, the 6 wizards or whatever, the heroes of the council. It showed that there were 7 thrones, and I noticed that there was only 6, so that's kind of something I wanted to point out. And also at the very beginning of the movie, it showed how Thad had the eye and his glasses, and that was kind of a spoil alert to like when he was going to grow up. He was going to get the eye lodged into his right eye. I thought it was really cool. I really did enjoy how they embodied Shazam and the entire council. Basically, that movie wanted to encapsulate, it wasn't about Billy Batson becoming the champion because he was pure. It was about Billy Batson finding his family, not only through the powers that he was, bestowed upon and through being a pure person, but also realizing that he's not alone and that he couldn't do that alone. So once he received the powers and found out the secret to it, he said that once he had, I think the wizard said, "I bestowed to you my powers and the powers of the rest of the 7 council members." And I thought that was really cool because once they all put their hands on the staff and said Shazam, they all became superheroes. I forgot the names of the actors and actresses that were part of the council when they became the superheroes, but I thought it was really cool. And also the heroes still acted like they were that age in the heroes because, they were, like, their age range was like 6 to like 12, or 6 to like 15, my bad. I think it showed all of the 7 deadly sins inside of the villain. That's what gave him his power, and they could only kill him by taking out the 7 deadly sins. A quick movie review. Also, at the very end of the movie, spoiler alerts again. This whole thing is going to be a spoiler alert. It's not going to be a long video. This will be a Josh Talks video, but it will be a spoiler alert because I know the movie just came out. As you can tell, I'm driving right now and it is pouring raining. It's very annoying. I hate the rain. It's a really awesome movie. I think DC saved themselves a little bit through this movie because I know they've probably had some bad ones. Aquaman was pretty good. A lot of people said they didn't even like it. I enjoyed that movie, but I think through Shazam, good things and bad things, but a lot more pros and a lot more bads for sure. Shazam was really cool. I really enjoyed it. And at the very end of the movie, there was another superhero that is also very famous, obviously. But Billy Batson's friend in the movie, his name was, I think it was Elliot. I was trying to remember his name. I think I'm saying it wrong. Basically, he was trying to help him become a superhero because Billy didn't know anything about superheroes, so the other guy did, which was funny too because once he became the superhero, he already knew how to fly because he knew everything about superheroes. He studied it or whatever. At the very end of the movie, he basically promised his best friend that he would go to lunch so that the bullies wouldn't beat him up, because he said like, hey, if Shazam's gonna show up, or I think they're call him Captain Sparkle Fingers or something weird, shows up, you can't beat me, and the bullies said, if he doesn't show up, we're gonna beat you up. And so he did the first time. They gave him like they called it a suitcase wedgie. That was pretty funny. Basically, they said that. And anyway, at the very end of the movie, all of his friends sat at the table with him, so he wasn't sitting alone. But then Shazam showed up acting all cool and said, this is my best friend or whatever. And then Superman walks in. So it did like another what's it called, Easter egg, how Shazam somehow met Superman. And as you know, if you know anything about DC and Marvel comics, DC was notorious for showing that Superman had someone with the same powers and kind of like the same equality in terms of powers, and it was Shazam. So I thought that was really cool how they they showed how Shazam already knew Superman. So I don't know if there's gonna be another movie with Superman. And I also thought it was pretty funny because I don't think they had enough money to have the actual actor, so they just had his suit. And you could also tell too, because the guy that was playing the Superman body, he was a little skinnier. But basically, Billy said, or Shazam said, "Hey, I wanted to also introduce you to another new friend," and everyone said, "Huh," and they were all, gasping. The whole lunchroom saw Superman walk in, and then he what's his name? His best friend turns around, sees him, freaks out. It was really funny. He freaked out, and then it ended. And I saw the very ending. It showed how the caterpillar from the comic books of Shazam with the little voice box that could talk. I don't know if you guys know about that too. By the very end credits, it showed Thad, or the evil villain, writing the symbols to try to get back to the dimension with the evil 7 deadly sins, so he could get that power back. But obviously he forgot the symbols. He couldn't do it. He was writing all over the walls, freaking out. And he heard the caterpillar talking with the voice box. So obviously there's going to be another movie with him. I don't know too much of those comic books series, but I think that's another notorious villain that is against Shazam. It's the little caterpillar that could talk. I don't know what his powers are. I mean, obviously it's a caterpillar that could talk, but yeah, apparently he's going to be working with Thad against Shazam. So I don't know if there's going to be more villains on top of that. But yeah, no, it's definitely a really cool movie. It is in theaters right now. I think all of you guys should totally go check it out. It was probably by far one of my favorite DC movies that are recently coming out. I don't know if they're going to do anything in the future that it might pique my interest. I don't know if they're going to make a movie for all the other Justice League members, but like a solo Batman movie with Ben Affleck, I don't think that's going to happen. Or Cyborg, I don't think that's going to happen either. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick movie review with Josh Talks. I hope you guys enjoyed. Just follow me right here. And as always, stay strong and stay positive. Peace.